Openness to truth means you're willing to let truth reshape you even when it challenges what you already believe. And that sounds simple, until it gets personal. Because most people don't reject truth because it's unclear. They reject truth because it threatens something: their identity, their comfort, their control, their reputation, or the version of God they've built in their head. That's why this video matters. Because when Yeshua walked the earth, a lot of people weren't bad. They were religious. They were educated. They were serious. But many of them were not open. They had already decided what the Messiah should look like. They expected a certain style, a certain tone, a certain strategy. They expected power that looked like domination. They expected rescue that looked like politics. They expected God to move in a way that confirmed their assumptions. So when the real Messiah stood right in front of them, healing people, challenging hypocrisy, eating with the outcasts, speaking about mercy, exposing heart motives, they couldn't recognize him, not because the signs weren't there, but because their expectations were louder than their perception. And that's the danger of a closed heart. It doesn't listen to learn. It listens to confirm. A closed heart says, "I'll accept truth if it fits my frame." But Yeshua didn't come to fit frames. He came to rebuild people from the inside out. Now, openness doesn't mean believing everything. Let's be clear. Openness is not gullibility. It's not anything goes. It's not every opinion is truth. Openness to truth means this: you're willing to examine everything in the light of God's goodness. You're willing to ask, God, is this true? Is my interpretation distorted? Am I defending my tradition, or am I actually defending truth? If I'm wrong, am I willing to be corrected? Because real truth doesn't just inform you, it reforms you. And the reason many people couldn't hear Yeshua is because hearing him required change. If you really hear him, you'll have to forgive someone. You'll have to release bitterness. You'll have to stop performing. You'll have to admit you're not in control. You'll have to treat people differently. You'll have to humble yourself. And that's why people resist truth. Truth is expensive, but here's the promise: a closed heart can't hear truth, but an open heart becomes fertile soil. That's Yeshua's own imagery. Fertile soil is soft enough to receive the seed, deep enough to hold it, honest enough to let it grow, and patient enough to let transformation take time. So ask yourself this: when Yeshua challenges you, do you get defensive or do you get honest? Because defensiveness is often the first sign the heart is closing, but humility is the sign the heart is opening. And if you want to grow spiritually, this is the path: not pretending you're right, but being willing to be made right. In the next video, we're going to talk about the third key: freedom from fear-based misunderstanding, how fear twists what we hear from God, and how to break that filter so you can hear clearly again.